welcome to the Dogwood Knits podcast. My name is Vicki, and welcome back if you're a returning viewer, and hello to all the new viewers. I'm excited to have you here, and I hope you enjoy my podcast. It's mainly about knitting, maybe with some sewing sprinkled in, but mainly a knitting podcast. You can find me on Instagram as dogwood.knits, and you can find me on Ravelry as Dogwood Knit. Let's think. So I'm in St. Louis, Missouri, for those of you that don't know. It's a beautiful fall day here, nice and gloomy, which I like. So we've got candles lit. I've already started decorating for Christmas, which I think you can maybe see over here by the fireplace. So excited about that. I wanted to get a podcast in before Thanksgiving and show you what I've been working on. I maybe have gone a little bit crazy on acquisitions for my birthday month, which I need to probably stop doing, but there's just been so much beautiful stuff out on the market right now in preparation for the holidays and things like that. I have a couple finished objects, and then I wanted to talk about some specials I have going on in my shop as well. I make project bags, if you were unaware. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. First things first, I knitted a hat for my son Theo for his birthday. His birthday was at the end of October, and he has, and maybe this is normal, he's 3, and he's kind of into like pretty much adult size hats at this point. So I just went ahead and knit a really simple hat for him with a folded brim, because although his head is wide like an adult, it's a little bit shorter, so I figured folded brim is great. It actually fits everybody in the family, which I didn't intend, but whatever, that's fine, we can all wear it. So here it is. Again, it's just a really basic folded brim. It was kind of my own recipe. I'm pretty sure I cast on 108 stitches. It's on my Ravelry page, all the details on what I did, how many inches of what, all of that. I did a 1x1 rib that he can just fold up, and yeah, super basic hat. I think the showstopper here is not the hat, but it is the yarn, which hopefully, I really hope you're getting that color. It's a beautiful dark green. It's by Stress Knits. It's her worsted base, and it is called Mountain Mama. So here's her tag, and it's 100% superwash merino in the Mountain Mama colorway, and it is unbelievable. So soft, warm. It's been worn quite a bit, and it hasn't pilled at all, which is great. Yeah, and again, this color is just so beautiful, and I can't imagine like a sweater in this color or color work. I think would be amazing. So yeah, if you haven't given her a view, you should check out our website, and she also has a podcast, which is really great too, which I watch every time she puts out. But so yeah, so Mountain Mama colorway, that's Stress Knits, and again, it's just a basic hat, but I think it's perfect. Matches his coat too. So that is one of my finished objects. I have one more, and it's the socks that I've shown you several times, the self-striping vanilla sock, and the yarn is Nomaic yarns in Mischief Managed colorway. And I'm very, very sorry, but I don't have them with me. I've shown them on, I'm pretty sure, almost every previous episode, as I've been working on them for a while, but they are complete. I've been wearing them. That's why I don't have them, because they're currently washing in the load that's going right now, because I didn't pre-plan this. So I can show those at a later date. Again, I have a project page for that as well, if you're curious about that right now. But they're beautiful and awesome, and I wear them all the time. So that turned out great. So those are my 2 finished objects. I'm gonna talk about a couple things in between here. I have a couple, my birthday's at the end of the month, which is like this week. So it's on Friday, it's my birthday, so it happens to fall on Black Friday. So I have a couple things going in the shop, and I'll just briefly talk about this, because if you're not here to hear this, I understand. But I had designed a few years ago a hat and fingerless mitt pattern. It's called the Endeavor Mitts and the Endeavor Hat. It's color work. I can show you here. Here's the hat. This is the sample here is knitted in Brooklyn Tweed, and it's a fingering. Super easy to modify if you want to make it taller, or even a folded brim if you wanted to do that. You could very easily do that. And then the matching fingerless mitts here. So right now, why I'm showing you these, because I wouldn't normally, is in my Ravelry shop through Monday. So this started, I believe I did this on Sunday night. So Monday through Monday, full week, these 2 patterns are free. So you can go in there, there's no code needed, nothing like that. You just go in, add it to your cart, buy it, and it will take the price off. So I'm just offering those. That's kind of the first round of my birthday sale this year, is 2 free patterns. So if you're interested, if you wanna, the color work is very simple. So if you are new to color work, this would be a good project. And again, it is fingering weight, and this is done in Brooklyn Tweed. The colors I used here, of course you can use scraps, because if you look, you don't use much of the red. Really, you don't use too much of a lot of these colors. So very easy to use scraps, mini skeins, things like that. This is Snowbound, and this is Brooklyn Tweed Loft. The mustardy color here is Loft. The navy blue, which I hope you're seeing these colors. The navy blue is Old World. And then the red is Long John. And then there is a gray in there. And that one is Soot. I hope I'm saying that right, but I'm almost positive that one's Soot. It's been a while since I knitted these. Again, in the pattern, it says, in the pattern details, it has all that information if you're interested in doing the same colors. Again, you could really have fun with this, use your minis. Actually, this Old World that you're seeing in here, the Hayloft that you're seeing in there is leftovers from this sweater that I knit years ago, which is the Rhine sweater by, it was out of one of Brooklyn Tweed's workbook releases. It's this beautiful Hayloft, which I love this color. This sweater has, and I'm not gonna be able to show you a ton, I'm sorry, because I'm sitting, but it has nice cable details around all the edging, little pockets with cable details. It's a perfect cardigan. It is done in a fingering weight. It's probably by far my most worn thing. So yeah, I'll talk about that a little bit too. So yeah, free patterns through Monday. So enjoy. I hope you like it. And yeah, that's that. And then the one other business thing I'm going to talk about, and then I swear I'll move on to what I'm working on and my acquisitions, is I have released holiday bags. They're limited edition. I actually don't even have any more of the red fabric that's on the inside. So once these are gone, they're gone. I won't be restocking them, and then I'm sure next holiday season I'll have something else. I have them both in small and large. This is the first release of my large bags. Large is perfect for sweaters, large shawls, multi-skein projects. This is the small, so it's got a green outside here. I think the showstopper on these though is the very, very fun red inside. So perfect little holiday bag. That's the fabric I don't have any more of, so this is the last of that. But yes, so the outside's this fun green with the neutral on top and then the red inside. And this is the small size here. So perfect for socks, hats, smaller projects. And then this is the large. So the large again is, it's about 14 inches across. So if you think about that, in 5 inches deep. So it can definitely hold a large project, no problem. And again, here's that fun red inside. Super festive. If you do order one of these, there's also a surprise for you in the package, which I'm not going to tell you what it is because then it wouldn't be a surprise. But it's just a fun little thank you and enjoy your holiday type thing. So yeah, these are the holiday bags. Again, small and large. What's in the shop is all that's left. So get it while you can. And I'm done with business. So sorry to put you through that. I don't usually do much about business on here, but it being sales. And then keep an eye out too, because there is going to be a sale. I'm either going to post it today or tomorrow, and there might be a giveaway coming too. And all of that will be on my Instagram page. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should, I guess, so that you can see the giveaway information and then also the sales that I post. And my Instagram is dogwood.knits. Again, tell you that. All right, enough of that. Let's move on. Let's move on to the fun stuff. Well, fun for you, I guess. Let's see. So works in progress. I have a few things going right now. One, let's stick with the holiday theme, I guess. One is a pair of socks. These are my Christmas socks this year. I've had this yarn for a while. I think it was the 2016 holiday color, one of the holiday colors from a Homespun house. This year I finally busted it out and I'm actually knitting with it. So I can show you the sock. I have one done. So I flew through this. Super excited about wearing them, but I have something, I am doing a test knit as well, which I'll show you, but I have to finish that before I can finish these. But this color here, and it's a Stellina, which I don't know that the camera will pick that up, but it's a very fun, it's not overly shimmery, so I love it. Stellina freaks me out a little bit, but this is perfect because it's just very subtle. But this is called Under the Mistletoe. I believe it was one of her 2016 holiday colors. It is so pretty. It is so fun. And then up here, this is also from a Homespun house. It was one of her minis. I have her rustic mini set, so it has beautiful colors in it. And this one is Copper Kiss, which just works perfectly with this makes it super festive, I think anyway. So totally plain vanilla sock, heel flap gusset. That's a modified partridge. Heel flap. And yeah, and I think, like I said, I really feel like this red makes this a lot more festive than it may look without that. And I went back and forth. I had seen some other patterns that had texture. There was a Christmas Eve sock by Little Bobbins. I think her name's Danny of Little Bobbins, which almost has like a tree lace motif on the side, which I love, and I'm still gonna do that one. But for some reason with this yarn, I just felt like I needed to make it plain, so this color just really shined because it's just so beautiful. So yeah, this is all yarn from Molly of a Homespun house. And I, right away, started on the second. I am working on the heel flap, but I've set this aside because I'm working on a test knit. I have a Sucra miniature Christmas pudding, which I love. And that was actually part of a Harry Potter Christmas sock set, I think, from a Homespun house as well. But Sucra Miniatures is who actually makes the progress keeper. But yeah, so going good. I'm just got this little cruise once I can get back to work on it. I did 1x1 rib. I do 64 stitches for my socks because these are for me. And yeah, I mean, nothing really technical to talk about here. I always use double points. I'm a double point knitter for socks. And I'll talk about magic loop because I'm doing it currently on a sleeve and I just don't like it. I feel fumbly. It's just not my thing. I know everybody has their own preference. I did just get, which darn it, I'll have to grab and I'll cut and come back. I'll do that when we get into acquisitions. But my mom, for my early birthday present, got me the Chiagu little set. So it's like 9-inch circular interchangeables. And it's the larger sizes because I don't know that I would ever really use them for socks. But I totally would use them for sleeves. So anyway, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so very excited. I am keeping this. This, again, fits perfectly in one of the small size bags. This is the chestnut color, which is not currently in the shop, but there will be a pre-order on all of this. Yeah, so that is, let's see, what should we show you next? Again, I'll just stick with Christmas. So this is the other Christmas object, which I had started on the last podcast. And this is Theo's Christmas sweater. I had mentioned that I knit him a sweater every year for Christmas. I'm planning on doing it until he's 18, through 18, I guess. And yeah, and I put the year on the inside and yeah, I don't know. I think it's sweet and, and that's what I do. So yeah, so this year, let me get this situated on the needles here. I have it on a small needle. I probably should put it on something larger to show you. This is the Atlas sweater, And this is a Brooklyn tweed pattern as well. And I believe it goes, I think there's even an adult version of this. There's also a cardigan version. I have done the pullover. I mentioned before, I think cardigans just don't work well. He just takes them off all the time. So here's this pretty yoke that I'm starting on. It is a bottom up. So I started at the bottom, knitted up the body, stopped there, put that on holders, knitted both the sleeves. Then I joined the sleeves, and now I've started the color work in the yoke. I want to say I'm halfway through the yoke. So I'm really close. I am doing this in Brooklyn Tweed Loft. This main color here is Long Johns. The light color is Snowbound, and the dark color is Cast Iron. So I think it's coming out great. I'm really excited. I think it's gonna fit perfectly. He is 3, but he's tall and skinny. So I actually did the 2T size, and I just lengthened it. I've been he loves trying stuff on as I'm knitting it, so it kind of works out perfectly. I've been sliding sleeves on him and, you know, whatever I could with the body, but I did lengthen everything. I did take really good notes, so once I do write up everything in Ravelry, once I finish this, I'll have all those details in there. But yeah, so, and I think on here, this is from the Gnome Knitter, and that's a Jammy Dodger, because those are one of my absolute favorite cookies. So, and it's a little heart, and, you know, Theo's my little heart. Anyway, so yeah, I think we've got really good progress. Again, I've set this aside as well. I'm just trying to, the test knit's due December 15th, so I'm just trying to work through it and finish it, and then I can finish up this other Christmas stuff, because I'm so close on both these Christmas items. But yeah, and I always have him take his picture with Santa in his sweater. So we're doing that. What else about this pattern? I don't think I really have any other comments yet, other than I do wish it would have been top down, but that's okay. It's fine. It just would have been a little easier, since I am lengthening everything, to try it on him and really get a good idea of how everything was gonna hit and fit. But yeah, I'm keeping this in my Fringe Supply field bag. This was I want to say this was a holiday release as well. I don't know if that's showing up that it's the plaid. It's a waxed canvas plaid. I love these bags. I have several. They just, I don't know, hold everything well. I like the little handle. So, okay. That's Theo's Christmas sweater, which, like I said, hopefully the test knit's a hat. I'll just show you that since I keep talking about it. So I'm working through that. This is, I am super excited about this. It is absolutely gorgeous. There was yarn support that was, which is amazing. I've done several test knits and I've never had yarn support for it. So that was kind of cool, because I've really gotten to work with something that I probably wouldn't have been able to work with had there not been yarn support. And it was by House of Alamode, which I've been really dying to knit with. So that's her label here. And it is fingering held with mohair, which is my first time doing that as well. So I've got a lot of firsts on this, but it is called the Salt and Honey Slouch hat. And I really hope, this is the marled version. I am doing a solid color version. So she has two versions in here. It's by Kim Jackson. This is her first pattern, but you would have no idea. So I highly suggest when this comes out that you snag it up. It's super well written, charted and written out, which is great. There's some cabling and texture and things, and I'll show you some of that stuff. She gives, I think the pictures and things are going to change for the final. This is the beta, but she kind of gives some good ideas here with yarn. It is a tweed fingering with a mohair, and that's what mine is too. Here's kind of a sneak peek of a solid version there. But again, super well written. I haven't gotten very far, but I've read through it several times, because I feel like when you test knit, you should. Simple cables, provisional cast on, because it is a folded brim, which I love. Or I'm sorry, a double. double down like this. So nice and warm. I really hope that this color, it's kind of this mauve, it's a tweed and then held with the same color mohair. It's Rose Quartz by House of Alamode in her, let's look here, House Tweed Fingering, which is this one. So beautiful, beautiful color. I mean, I'm totally obsessed with this color, and it's knitting up absolutely beautiful. It's decadent is the best word I can think of. When you hold the mohair with it, it is just unbelievable. So this is the tag for that one, and that's that House Tweed. And again, we're House of Alamode. And then the culprit of super softness is the mohair. And again, it's in the same color, it's Rose Quartz. It is this just beautiful tonal mauve. Absolutely obsessed with the color. And here's the tag for that one. She calls it House Mohair. And I mean, how generous. The yarn showed up at the house, and I was absolutely so thankful that I got to be part of this. The pattern, again, is just absolutely gorgeous. I'll show you the picture again. And this marled version is very fun, and I think that ultimately I will probably knit that one too. But right now I'm just doing the one color, but just so pretty. And honestly, I mean, I'm doing it holding a fingering and a mohair, but if you don't like mohair, you could totally do like a sport weight or something on this, and it would still be absolutely gorgeous. It's just the texture would probably even show up a little more defined without the mohair, I would think, which would be totally pretty as well. And I just love that this is folded here. You kind of get the double warmth on your ears. So yeah, again, like I said, can't wait. I will, of course, let you guys know when this goes live. I think we have till December 15th to test. I'm assuming it'll probably come out fairly closely after that. I'm almost done with the 1x1 rib here, and then I'll be tucking this under and doing that, and then I'll start with the main pattern. So super excited about this. So this is getting my full attention right now so that I can get it done and get my feedback to the designer. But again, like I said, this pattern, very impressed. I'm very impressed. And I can't wait to see, I can't believe this is her first pattern. I can't wait to see what she comes out with in the future. So I think she's definitely somebody to watch. And again, her name is Kim Jackson. Okay. And I'll put, because of course I didn't write that down, I will put what her, in the note or down in the description, what her Instagram handle is. So you can find her on there because her work is beautiful. So you should definitely check her out. I'm holding this in an Alex Collins Designs bag, drawstring. She's out of the UK. Super well built bags. I mean, these are unbelievable. She hand prints the fabrics. She's got beautiful stuff. I have some double pointed needle holders from her that match this. Her work as well is absolutely amazing. So that's what I'm holding this in. I felt like it went together well. So that is the test knit I keep referencing and not showing you. So I wanted to make sure to show you that first. And I have one more thing I'm working on. Sorry, I'm trying to fly through this because you can't believe what I got going on here for acquisitions, which, like I said, is totally ridiculous that I have that many. But I have taken something out of hiding, or hibernation, I guess. This is, or let me get it going here. This is my weekender. I discussed my weekender before and thought I was going to pull it out. I don't know why. I do weird stuff like that, but I have decided that I'm not going to, and that I love it. So I'm adding a sleeve. All it needs is sleeves, guys. Everything's done. This sleeve will be done soon. And obviously the whole body is done. This is probably, I don't know how this is showing for you guys because it's ginormous and I'm trying to fit it in. The yarn on this is probably some of the most amazing yarn I've ever worked with. It's ElsaWool. So here is her tag. It's Cormo out of Colorado. And this is the light gray. So it's not dyed, it's all, mixtures of different fleeces from her sheep. And again, there's the hat. Check her out if you get a chance to knit with her yarn, knit with it. It is absolutely amazing. Here's my ball here. Sometimes with yarns like this, confession. Sometimes with yarns like this, I can't bear to put it on my Swift and wind it. I just feel like I need to touch it. So I do this all by hand with these. I have certain yarns that I do that. I don't know if other people do that or not. But I have certain ones that I'm like, I just want to feel it as I roll it up into the ball. So anyway, it's embarrassing me. I don't know why. But this one is just astonishing. I can't imagine what a cabled hat would look like in this because the definition is fantastic. This is her worsted woolen spun. Worsted weight. Yeah, worsted weight woolen spun. So she does have other options, but this in particular is the 2-ply worsted weight woolen spun. 100% Cormo. Oh, sorry, grown in Montana. I think she's in Colorado, but yeah. So anyway, if you don't know, I'm pregnant and I'm a bit over halfway through. So luckily this sweater has quite a bit of ease, so I might actually get to wear it. It may not be the best fitting soon, but I think I can wear it, which would be great. So I'm really excited to finish this. And this is so, sleeves are so quick. It's a worsted weight on size 9 needles. I just need to do it and finish it once I get this Christmas stuff done, and then I'll be able to cozy up in this. And I'm super excited. The Weekenders by Andrea Mowry. I don't think I said that. Super easy and quick. And my mom actually just started it too. She's doing hers in the yarn that the pattern was written in, which is Brooklyn Tweed Shelter. I think she's even doing the same color that Andrea did. And hers is beautiful too, and I'm super jealous. So I keep telling her, can we try, go back and forth, maybe wear each other's, because we are actually doing the same size, which is funny to me. It's interesting how people go. My mom definitely has a larger bust size than I do, but she prefers her stuff to be more fitted. So she's doing hers with maybe 1 inch of ease, if even, whereas mine has 8 inches of ease, I think, or something like that. So it's just really funny to me how we can take the same pattern and totally is going to be completely different on us. But we are doing the same size. We're just both prefer different fits. Again, Fringe Supply. This is the gray canvas. For those of you that know what this is, I'm a fellow fan. If you don't know, then I guess you're not into Court of Thorn and Roses. I don't know. It's good if you're into young adult novels, fantasy. Anyway, that's the Night Court. So that's my works in progress. That's what I've been doing. Like I said, to be honest, I know there's 4 projects here, but for me, that's actually not that many in the process. I take socks when I'm out and about. There's just different times that call for different projects, which I think a lot of us feel that way. I am nowhere near a monogamous knitter, and I never will be. I just don't have that in me. I get bored sometimes. For instance, I'm working on Theo's sweater with the color work. Sometimes I'm I really just want to do nothing. By do nothing, I mean just knit a plain sock. So then I'll hop over to that or whatever. But yeah, so that's what I'm working on. And then now let's get to my acquisitions. I'll start with the furthest out. So I bought these. This was a request from my husband, which he does not request knit knitted things often or ever, really. So when he requested something, I was really excited. So he really likes the Life Aquatic movie. It's a Wes Anderson movie, and he wanted the Steve Zissou, I don't know if I'm saying that right now, hat. It's kind of like a fisherman looking hat. It's rib. I think it's 1x1 rib all over. Kind of has a funky little decrease on the top. I did find some patterns because the hat's basic, but the decrease does this thing. And if any of you have knitted a hat like this, or to kind of look like these Steve Zissou hat, I'm having a really hard time with that hats. Let me know if you have a suggestion on the decreases to get that funky top. But I think I found the perfect red. It's DK weight, Firebrush for Arbor from Brooklyn Tweed. So it's a way more vibrant red than I would ever usually pick. But I did show him I have another red from them, and I'm totally blanking on the name, but it's definitely a deeper red, and I showed him that because I had that in my stash, so that would have been nice. But he's like, nope, not right. It needs to be brighter. So that is how I ended up with this. So I have 2 skeins of this, and that's going to be for him. So again, he never really asks for anything, and I don't know. I mean, he loves that movie. He watches it all the time, but I don't know what all of a sudden triggered that he wanted the hat, but that's fine. I'm totally happy to do it. It's not going to be that difficult. I just got to figure out that decrease thing at the top. But yeah, so that's the yarn for that. So that has a very specific purpose, which not all of my yarn does, but this one definitely does. What else? So, speaking of stress knits, so I had done Theo's hat again in stress knits worsted. When I ordered that Mountain Mama, that green colorway, I also ordered this. So I just wanted something super neutral that's going to show, this is also her worsted base. I wanted something that was really going to show texture, cabling, things like that, because I would like to do a cable hat for myself. This is her Esther colorway, which I believe is named after her little pug. She's the cutest little pug, and you'll see it sometimes in her podcasts. But I'm pretty sure this is named after her. And again, 100% superwash merino. Just this really nice, I don't even know, it's not blush, I wouldn't say that, more like fawn type color, if that makes sense. But yeah, so that definitely has plans to be cables or texture of some sort, because I think it's going to show up beautifully. In this nice light color, and the definition of this yarn is really good too. So again, stress knits for that. So yeah, like I said, I kind of went on like the shopping spree. I really hope my husband doesn't watch this, because some of this he definitely hasn't seen. But it is what it is. It's my birthday month, which is always trouble, because my birthday month happens, of course, right before Christmas. And everyone's like releasing all these special editions and Christmas and whatever, and I can't control myself. So really it's my own problem. This one I've kind of been coveting and had my eyes on forever. The problem is she is in Ireland and the shipping is so expensive. So I've been hoping to kind of come across it elsewhere, and I just haven't. And finally I just did it. So this is Woolly Mammoth Fibre Co. And this is her Natural Sock DK. So it's a bit toothy, which I love in a yarn. I am not scared of that one bit. The colorway is Party in the Common Room. Pretty sure that's a Harry Potter reference. But look at these colors, folks. I mean, it's beautiful. And if I'm not mistaken, naturally dyed. Yeah, she naturally dyes all of her yarn. I'll kind of take that down so you can really see. But this is 100% going to be a hat for me. And I feel like it needs a pom-pom. I don't know why, but that's like what I really want from this. Beautiful. And I'm really excited about it. And it is BFL, 50% BFL and 50% Cheviot. So like I said, it is a bit toothy, but that's totally fine. It's not itchy or anything like that. I think it can totally be next to your skin and still be beautiful. Her logo is so pretty, I think. I'm going to show it again. I just think that's really pretty. So Woolly Mammoth Fibre Co. and she's out of the UK, specifically Ireland, I believe. So yeah. that. So that is something that I've sort of had my eye on. But again, shipping to the US it's kind of pricey. So I've been going back and forth, and finally I said, just do it. Yeah, so I did. And let's see here. Oh yeah. So I went to our local yarn shop because I don't know if you remember, if you watched the last podcast, I discussed it about Theo's sweater. I had like a little ball. It was all leftover yarn from a sweater I had knitted my husband, the main color, that long johns. And I had like a little ball and then another skein. And I was really hoping I was going to be able to get through the body and the sleeves with what I had. And then I was gonna, because there's no way, this yarn's so old, there was no way I was gonna be able to get that dye lot again. So I was hoping that it did not happen. So I went to the local yarn shop here called Notorious, which if you're ever in St. Louis, it's definitely, you need to make a stop. They have great selection. The ladies are awesome. It's a really cool shop. So it's definitely worth stopping at if you're ever here. But anyway, I had to go get another one. The color is definitely different, like significantly brighter. In my eyes, I like showed my husband and he's like, you're nuts. Like, it's totally fine. No one's gonna notice but you. And then of course, like the fellow knitter, my mother, is like, I can tell a difference, but who cares? And don't worry about it. Cause that's kind of how she is about it. And I'm like, it's driving me bonkers, but it is what it is. I can't do anything about it. So I ended up doing the body and the leftovers that I had. Then I did the sleeves, which I probably should have alternated skeins, but I was lazy. And I did the sleeves in the new color. Well, new colorway. Dye lot. Sorry, folks. In the new dye lot, which definitely looks different than the body. And then now I think I have enough of the old one for when I joined, I used the old, and I'm going to do the old through the top if I can get through it. At this point, who even cares? I can just do 5 different colors. It doesn't even matter. But yeah, I didn't make it, for those of you, if you were wondering. It didn't work out. I really thought I was going to be able to do it, but I didn't have enough. So anyway, that brings me to, I went to the shop to get 1 skein of long johns in Brooklyn Tweed Loft, and I left with a full bag of yarn. I got Quarry, which is a bulky weight in Obsidian. It's the colorway. So my plans, and the reason I bought this is so smart. One of the ladies in the shop was wearing it was a Kate Davies sweater. Oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking. Comes in a cardigan or a pullover version. You guys, I'm so sorry. I should have written this down. I will put what it is in the description because I'll look it up. Something with a C, and I'm totally spacing on this. Okay. You don't want to sit here and look at me think. That's the last thing you want to do. Anyway, it only for my size, it only takes 3 skeins of this. And one of the, like I said, ladies was wearing it. It's the pullover version that I'll do. And so yeah, I couldn't help it and I bought it because I have no control. I also got, which I think I showed the yarn already. I got some to do a hat that I'm going to be doing. Maybe I didn't show that, but I'll save that for later. Once I actually cast on the hat, I'll show you that. I don't think I showed you that. It's Mountain Meadow Wool, 4-color colorwork hat I'm gonna do. I'll show you that later. I'm rambling, so I apologize. But yeah, so dark, black, essentially with some like charcoaly speckles. It's cropped. I'll probably lengthen it a little bit. But yeah. Got that, so I have the sweater's worth of that, so I'm excited about that too. And I have more. If you can believe this, I have more. I'm sorry if you're bored to death, but let me skip to something that's not yarn really quick. This, I'm super excited, is Boku makes bags. I have several of her purses. I have a backpack, I have some pouches from her. Again, just screen prints the fabrics. Look at this thing. This was her. So she's leaving the country. She's Canadian, I believe. But she's leaving Canada and going somewhere, Australia maybe, over the holidays. So she always does a Black Friday bag. and it's a design that is only, it's 100 bags, I think she does. She does this every year. And yeah, 100 bags available on Black Friday. That's it. Once they're gone, they're gone. And even the style, some of the times is different than what she has in stock in her shop. So sometimes it's a style you can't even get anymore. But yeah, I got one. She did it early this year because she's not going to be in the country. Totally awesome. I love that it has handles, drawstring, pockets. I mean, her stuff's so unbelievable anyway. Of course, the quality is great. So I was really lucky to get one. I was so excited. I have never gotten one of her Black Friday ones before. It just never works out for us. I don't tend to shop on Black Friday or do anything. We have so much family stuff we usually do the day after Thanksgiving that I'm just usually not doing that. It's just not part of my tradition or what we do. Don't worry, I shop the rest of the year. So anyway, but yeah, so super excited about this. So glad I got one. I love the pattern, how there's the two different patterns. And again, that kind of a bucket tote too, which is fun. So that is Buku. So bags, they're a little bit something separate than yarn. The other thing is totally random. And then I'll get back to the yarn. But the other thing is totally random. I was at Trader Joe's getting coffee because we really like their coffee. It's inexpensive. It comes in a big thing. Anyway, so I was there getting their coffee and I was sort of meandering around and I saw this lady and she had all this like felted wool stuff in her cart. And I guess I totally missed it, but I was like, where on earth are you finding that stuff? Like little trivets that were these felted wool balls all sewn together for put hot stuff on, which I ended up with one of those, but I didn't grab it, so I'm not going to show it to you. But they had felted wool garland as well. It's wool related, that's why I'm showing you. But I was so excited. I think this was like $7 or something. The little trivets were like $4 or $5. I got one of those. It's 100% New Zealand wool, felted in Nepal. Yeah, I was just like, heck yeah, I'll take it. So this, yes, I know that it's garland for like a tree or your fireplace or whatever, but this is totally going in my studio. So where I sew and store all my yarn I buy. But in my sewing room, totally gonna decorate with it. I love it. So anyway, if you're in Trader Joe's and happen to run into this, it's great. And again, they have trivets too in the felted wool. So I'll show you that. Back to yarn, folks. Only a couple more things, I promise, and then I'll be done. And yeah, I'll be back at some point in my life. So this one I just got yesterday in the mail. I've been waiting like for a year because I'm pretty sure she started. It's Zodiac yarn by Ritual Dyes. Ritual Dyes. Sagittarius, because that's what I am. But she has been releasing one for every zodiac sign as that time comes. It's in her Maiden. I guess I could show you that too if you want to see that. In her Maiden base. But look at this purple. And then, I don't know that the camera will pick this up at all. But there's like, let's see if I can get it right here. There's like almost, don't know that it's red, but it feels like there might be a splash of like a red in there. I mean, I am a fire sign. I don't know. Anyway, so I've kind of been waiting all year for this because I believe she started sort of right, whatever the next sign is after Sagittarius, which again, my brain is just not functioning right now. Maybe I should have picked a different day to do this. Anyway, she started then, so it's kind of like this whole year I've had to wait almost to get to my sign. So I got this from her, which I can't wait. It's totally gonna be a pair of socks. I already have plans for it. It's gonna be my Zodiac socks. Probably won't be done till my next birthday. And then I also got, because why not, was the pin as well. So yeah, super cool. I'm really excited. Again, like I said, I've been waiting for this. So I like instantly, as soon as it went up, I haven't been sleeping well just because I'm just kind of starting to get to that point of being a bit uncomfortable in the pregnancy. So as soon as it like went live on there, I happened to be up. So I just snagged it, which I'm glad I did because it went to pre-orders pretty quick. She ended up putting up a pre-order thing. But yeah, so super awesome. I'm excited about that. This is I have yarn from her, but I have not actually knitted it. So this will probably be my first time knitting her yarn, but it's absolutely beautiful and I'm super excited that I got it. And the pin's really cute too. Okay, a few more things. So this, I'm saving a big one for last here. I know that they all seem big, but yeah. This one was a total impulse buy. I couldn't help it. Amber of a Maker's Haven was doing some clubs, and I think this one was, what was this one called? Quietly Into Winter. And her inspiration board thing that she posted, I was like, okay, like I can't control myself, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And I'm so glad I did. So it's 3 minis, but they're 231 yards each. So larger minis than what I would consider minis. But I mean, holy moly, guys. Oh, look at these. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I feel like it has to be striped, I think it would make such beautiful stripes. Here's her little logo there. Yeah, so 50 grams, 231 yards each, 75% merino, 25% nylon. Here, look at this side here. Holy gosh, look at these. They're just so pretty. So anyway, and I know that I think she's a few spots left in her next one, which is like a winter theme. The mood board for that one is unbelievable too, but I had to have some self-control, so I did not order that one. But I can't wait to see what the yarn looks like because the mood board's gorgeous. But yeah, so that's from Maker's Haven. She also has a podcast. That's worth checking out too. I like her podcast a lot. She's super sweet. She also writes books, and her books are really good too, which I have read. They're novelettas, so they're small novels. A couple of these I just picked up because I needed some mohair to mix in with the hat. This is Knitting for Olive. It's the brand. What I like about this, and I'm sure there's other mohairs that are this way. First off, I don't have to skein it myself, or I don't have to wind it myself. So, pure laziness. But I like that. And also I like that it's not like 400 yards, because sometimes I don't need that much. And then you have these weird leftover skeins. So this, I think this is perfect for kind of what I want to do. Andrea Mowry has a new sock pattern out that's shorties. So I'm thinking that this is gonna be put towards that. But I did get 2 different colors because I was interested in trying this. This color's lead. It's getting darker in here, so I really hope, I think we have a storm rolling in. I'm almost done now. Here's lead. It's super soft. Again, it's called Knitting for Olive. And then I got a Dusty Rose color as well. So I think that's really pretty too. So yeah, so these will be paired. I'm pretty sure it's going to be, I think one of these will get me through those socks. So that was kind of my plan. Hopefully my mom doesn't watch this, but I'm going to knit her a pair of socks too. She despises knitting socks. I don't know why, but that's fine. I mean, everyone has, she knits shawls like crazy, which I don't really knit shawls. Anyway, so I'm gonna knit her a pair. And we have pretty much same size feet, so it's kind of fun that I can not show her or make her try it on or something. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna knit her a pair and myself a pair as well. And then this will be the mohair. I don't know what the main color is gonna be yet that I'm gonna hold with it. And then this last thing was something that I've sort of heard about here and there. It's a new yarn company, American made and sourced and all of that. They're called Hudson. Sorry, I'm going to say it wrong. Hudson and Westco. I believe they're out of Brooklyn, New York. I had kind of heard about them. I don't even know where I saw it or heard it. before they were launching their yarn, all of that. And then Clara Parks, the author, I'm assuming you guys know who she is, posted something about, well, okay, they're you know, their yarn selling now, and she was swatching it, and I was like, okay, I need to get in on this. I haven't designed anything in quite some time, and I've kind of been having the itch to do so, so I really believe that's what this is going to be, and it is going to be color work. I really do enjoy knitting color work stuff. I find it really satisfying. But I bought 4 skeins in 4 different colors in their fingering. So I'm going to hold this up so you can see this palette, because it's unbelievable palette. And I really hope you guys get to see this nicely. Show that off. Sourced in New Mexico and New York, and spun in New York, and dyed in Philadelphia. So all parts of the process are done in the US, which I think is really cool. I really like that about this. Fine American yarns. It is merino and Corriedale. 70%, here, I'll show you that part. 70% merino, 30% Corriedale. This color is charcoal, which of course I was going to order a charcoal because that's like my favorite color ever. This one is ash. I hope this is picking up for you guys. This is fawn, and they do have, so I didn't want like a stark or a cream, like a bright cream, so I went with fawn. They do have a cream option. Their colors are beautiful. The palette is unbelievable. The feel of these, I can't wait to get this on the needles. The feel of this is absolutely fantastic. I think they're going to be perfect for color work. And then this one, I mean, this color is really exciting, I think. This is called Red Feather. This is sort of that burnty orange, reddy color. Again, I really am hoping you're seeing this because it is really starting to get dark here. So this is Weld. Weld is their fingering. They have a worsted as well. And I don't remember what the name of that is. But totally worth checking out. They also came out with a whole lookbook. So they released the yarn, and then they released patterns with it as well, which went everywhere from sweaters to hats, you know, so there's like there's a range. So if you're not wanting to knit a full sweater or something like that, the price was totally reasonable, I felt like. I do love a skein of fingering that is not 400 yards. How many is this? It's not, it's like 200, right? Yeah, 200. I like that, especially for color work projects, because I always have so much left over. And yes, of course, I can use it for something else or whatever the case is, but I find it to be nice because you're not investing that full, whatever it is, 30 bucks a skein or whatever it can fall and be, you know, you're spending at least half of that, if not less, and you're having way less leftovers with it. And for me, I like that. So yeah, I mean, totally a preference thing, of course, but, yeah, so like I said, I'm very excited about this. I could see myself definitely getting their worsted and doing a sweater. I would love to do a color work yoke sweater with theirs. But there's that palette again. I mean, really, it's so pretty. I'm really excited. And like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm feeling very like special about this yarn for some reason. So, and it just really is inspiring me to do some type of color work. And I think I'm going to use it for a design. So more on that as I get there. I have a lot going on down here that I have to knit already. So, but I think I really already kind of have exactly the idea that I want to do with this. The packaging was really cool, and I wish I would have kept it. The outside package was 100% compostable. And then they used tissue paper on the inside, so totally recyclable. I told you my speech is impaired today. So that was also really cool. Very low waste packaging. Yeah, That's all I really have to say. This is a long episode and I'm so sorry. I just had so many acquisitions this time. And again, like I said, sometimes I get a little crazy this time of year. But yeah, that's it. I hope you all if you're in the US, we have Thanksgiving this Thursday, and happy Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoy it and get to do whatever it is you enjoy to do, whether that be hang out with your family or hang out alone. So you have some alone time, whatever you like. I hope you enjoy it, and I'm grateful for you guys and my family and all of that, and for this community. I think that's something that's worth saying. I probably don't ever say it enough, but it's brought me lots of joy and really fulfilled my life. There was, never had something missing there, and I think that this community's really filled that, and I appreciate that, and I want to thank everybody for that. And have a good week. Enjoy your long weekend, and if you're not in the US, just enjoy, and I'm grateful for you too. Doesn't have to be Thanksgiving. Thank you. See you guys soon.